Hello teachers and future teachers. Here I have reviewer for general education and this covers science, math, English, and general information. Okay, so number one, if the scores in mathematics test of 61 students are arranged from the highest to the lowest, the 31st score is the blank. Okay, the answer here is median because if a given set of data, if you're going to arrange them from the lowest to the highest or from the highest to the lowest, the middlemost data or datum is our median. Okay, mode here is the most frequent data that appear in a given set of data. Mean is the average. Okay, so the answer is letter B, median. Next one, what science deals with the study of the naming and classification of organisms? Okay, so taxonomy is the answer here. Taxonomy is the naming and classification of organisms. Biology, studies of life, anyway, all forms of living things. Pathology, that studies pathogens or the disease-causing organisms. And nomenclature is naming. So the answer is taxonomy, letter A. Next, number 3, the vertex of an isosceles triangle is 45 degrees. What is the measure of one of the base angles? Now, if you're take note of this is isosceles triangle, and one of the non-congruent triangle is 45 degrees. So that means 180 minus 45, that's 135. Now, 135 divided by 2, that gives you 67.5. So the base angle, one of the base angles of an isosceles triangle here in this question is 67.5 degrees. Letter D. Next one, what step follows formulating hypothesis? So the answer here is experimentation, of course, or experimenting, letter C. Number 5, which of the following parts of the circulatory system is responsible for the transport of macromolecules to different parts of the body? Macromolecules here are lipids, proteins, and carbohydrates. So the answer here is letter B, which is blood. Blood transports all those stuff which I mentioned, plus oxygen. Next, number 6, what number is next to the sequence, this given sequence? As you can see, as you noticed, we just add 400 to each proceeding term or the next term. So here, 24,650 plus 400, that will give you 25,050, which is letter C. Next, number 7, what vessels transport oxygen-rich blood to the different parts of the body? It's arteries, letter D. And the carbon-rich or carbon dioxide-rich blood is being transported by letter C, which is the veins. Capillaries is where the gaseous exchange happen in the body. Okay, so the answer is letter D. Next, number 8, what value of x will make the proportion correct? So you just have to multiply the extremes and the means. Okay, so x times 2.4, so that's 2.4x is equal to 12 times 12, which is 60. So 60 divided by 2.4, that will give you 25. Okay, letter C. Number 9, where does the gas exchange in the body take place? As I told you, in the body, it's in capillaries. Okay, gaseous exchange. Number 10, where the gaseous exchange in the lungs takes place in the alveoli or the tiny air sacs. Okay, next. Oh yeah, the answer there is letter C. Number 11, there are 70 men in the committee consisting of 120 members. What is the ratio of women to men? As you notice, the total is 120, so minus 70, that's 50. So we have 50 women to 70 men. So 50 is to 70, and making it into simplest form, we have 5 to 7, which is letter D. What part of the digestive system does peristalsis happen? So when I say peristalsis, that is the contraction of muscles of our esophagus, and that will bring our the bolus. Bolus is the food that we have that we chew, and if you're gonna swallow it, we the whole bowl of it is what you call bolus. Okay, and that is in esophagus. Peristalsis happen in esophagus, letter B. Next, number 13, what is the transfer of heat in empty space? Of course, empty space, that's radiation. Solid to solid transfer of heat, that's conduction, letter B. And convection is solid to liquid. Okay, so the answer here is letter C, radiation. Next, a letter is picked at random from the English alphabet. What is the probability that the letter is contained in the word great? So how many letters do we have here? It's 5. How many letters all in all in English alphabet? We have 26. So the answer here is 526, which is letter B. Next, a vehicle consumes 2.5 liters of gasoline to travel 30 kilometers. In the nearest tent, how many liters of gasoline will it take for the vehicle to travel 418 kilometers? So here is a ratio and proportion problem. So it's 2.5 is to 30 is equal to x times sorry, yeah, x is to 418. So you have to multiply 418 times 2.5 divided by 30. That will give you 34.83 liters. Letter D. Okay. Next one. What do we call the wave-like contraction? This is what I told you earlier. There is a question related to this. What do we call the wave-like contraction of the wall of the esophagus, which is responsible for pushing down the food to the stomach? It's peristalsis, letter A. Homeostasis, this is the maintenance of the internal environment of our body. Okay, next one, the International Convention where the Philippines can validate its claim to the Spratlys and other territories in the West Philippine Sea. Okay, Kyoto Protocol, that is about global warming. UNCLOS, this is United Nations Convention on Laws of the Seas. That is the answer, actually, letter B. That is where we base our claim in the Spratlys. ITLOS, that is International Tribunal, that's International Court, where we can file the complaint. And UDHR, that is Human Rights, arm of the United Nations. Okay, so the answer is UNCLOS, which is letter B. Next, democracy is for, by, and of the people, while oligarchy is for the selected few. Okay, selected few. Only few people. Next one, 19. If I were you, I blank not be joining the contest. So here the answer is letter B, would. If I were, I would. Okay, like that. Next, number 20. Who is your favorite blank? Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man? They say the best preposition here is among, because we're having three choices. Between is only used for two. Okay, so the answer is among. So you say, who is your favorite among Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man? Okay, that's all for today. I hope you're gonna visit my YouTube channel. Just find Teacher Seppi. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye.